He is one of the handsome team officials of Indian sports fraternity. He is none other than Saharsh Parekh, the lively and free-spoken official of ISL franchise Atletico de Kolkata. Saharsh was there in Madrid for a week to witness the world-class training facilities. It is there on offer for the pre-season of the Saurav Ganguly-owned Kolkata franchise. In an exclusive interview to XtraTime, Saharsh was still flying in those clouds of phenomenal visions he had witnessed. Here goes the exciting interview for you.
Saharsh, you have been there in Madrid, and it has been the maiden time you have covered a practice training of Atletico Madrid. To be honest, you are said to be the best infrastructure-owned club, to be fair, in all over the cosmos. So how good is this?
The facilities and the experiences was absolutely incredible for the players. They were doing the pre-season training in the same ground that Atletico Madrid does their pre-season. It's Los Angeles San Rafael. It's a little up in the mountains, about 1500 meters above sea level, so it's a little bit of high altitude training also that goes on. But the ground is absolutely beautiful. When you walk into the ground, you see peaks around you. So it's a breathtaking view, and for players to train over there in good weather, good climate, I guess it's an incredible experience for them.
Players like Mohammad Rafi, Rakesh Masi and all of them, who were said to be one of those inclusions into the side who got received a lot of criticism, to be fair, when Atletico de Kolkata picked them in their squad. And after the training season of almost 15 days, you have been there over there. So how good are they, to be fair, to really rope into all those important matches which are about to come?
Okay, so firstly, I'm extremely happy with the progress of all the players, not only a few particular players. They all are putting in the effort, their diet, their nutrition, their discipline, everything is being taken care of, and the players also reacting in a very, very positive way. So I feel everyone is changed. In fact, when I left them and when I saw them again in Madrid, I just looked at all of them. I said, hey, you guys are looking all so fit and fine. So this is incredible. So they're extremely happy over there. Very, very positive. Everyone's putting the effort, and all the players are doing really, really well. All our Indian boys are doing very well. Rafi, Masi, you have Sanju, Lester, Lobo is there, Arnab. They all are putting in that extra mile, because now, after 15 or 20 days of preseason, now they're actually fighting for positions in the team itself. You want to, at the end of the day, as a footballer, you want to start every single game. So I think it's very healthy competition, and I guess it'll just bring out even more from the players than they already have given because of their competition.
The thing is that you have witnessed the infrastructure, what we have, to be fair, in India. And you have gone to Madrid, you have seen all of them actually. And how much of a difference it has as far as infrastructure is concerned?
See, our heritage is 3 months old right now. Their heritage is about 100 years old. Atletico Madrid as a team and as a club. So they have their own infrastructure set up. They have their own training grounds, and it's taken them a while to build. So we're going to follow the same model of Atletico Madrid. We want to go ahead and build an academy, build the same standards which are there in Madrid, because our whole idea is to take football to the next level. And the only way you can do that is by providing the best of facilities to the players, and not only to the players, but the players that are coming up. We need to nurture the younger players, the younger talent, through our grassroots development program. So we're going to almost do an identical, mirror image of what they have in Madrid. In terms of over here, we have a list of things that are required. Most of it is available in India. So in terms of training equipment, it's going to be some of the best, which is there, probably the same kind of training equipment that they use in Atletico Madrid. So I guess facilities wise, it's going to be almost the same for them, apart from the weather.
As far as atmosphere is concerned, how much a difference is it from the Indian subcontinental conditions and Madrid conditions?
One thing which is very, very different is the condition of the grass. It's a little softer, the pitch. So in India, you generally, because of the heat and everything else, you don't find such soft pitches. So that's one big difference. But that's different from every country to every country. It depends on the weather, the climate that that particular country has. So that's something that you can't do anything about.
Okay. In the press conference of the Indian players unveiling program at the Tolly Club, I mean, the coach Sabas also said the same thing that we might have to play on the artificial turf,
Yeah.
which is the field turf, which is very much, backdated as far as the international football scenario is concerned. And how difficult will it be to adjust with the conditions, especially it comes in terms of, Luis Garcia, Borja Fernandez, or Matthew, or Mongeron.
When it comes to, first of all, these are all professional players. It's not that they've never played on artificial turf. They've played on artificial turf throughout. In fact, certain Champions League games and Europa League games also played on artificial turfs. So it's all about adjusting to it, which most of the foreign players have done in the past. They've played in artificial turf. Our Indian players are always used to the fact, especially in Salt Lake Stadium, they all have played over there. So they all are used to that particular turf also. But at the end of the day, I don't see this as a disadvantage because we're going to practice on that pitch. We're going to play all our games on that pitch. So I don't think it's necessarily a disadvantage.
You have gone over there as an official of Atletico de Kolkata. Okay, and you have seen the Atletico Madrid officials over there as well. So, after having a shorter period of time of training, to be fair, you reached over there. So, any of the players, did they catch? Anybody's attention? Which can help them to really be there in the, somewhere around. I mean, I'm not talking about any precise time, to be fair, to be there in the Atletico Madrid scenario.
See, definitely, this is again, it's just the beginning. There is many more years to come, and yes, people have been coming and watching our preseason games, preseason friendlies that we do. I was just having a chat with one of my coaches, and he told me that because now everyone knows that we as Atletico Kolkata are training, and in partnership with Atletico Madrid, we are training and we're playing practice matches. It's really amazing that people send me emails to ask me whether we can play a friendly match in Madrid, with a local team over there. So I've got emails from local teams asking us whether we can play a practice friendly with them. And definitely, what I also one of my coaches told me was that definitely when I was there, it didn't happen, but once we start playing the more tougher teams, which goes on like slowly as you progress, you will see scouts who come around over there and look at the boys, identify them. Obviously, Atletico Madrid is looking at all our players also. At the end of the day, they are our partners. So they'll definitely look at the players. Whole idea is to nurture them and just make their level go up. And I'm sure at some point of time in the future, one of our players will play in Madrid. That is our dream. That is the dream and the future that we envisage in terms of we want to see our boys, our Indian national football team playing in the World Cup. The day that happens, I'm sure most of our players will be playing in Europe.
Well, you have been there in Madrid. So, do you have any words with the officials of Atletico de Madrid where you can play some of the invitational tournaments after the ISL? Because it's just a 2 months tournament. But after that, there is nothing much activity, to be fair, on offer as far as Atletico Madrid as well as the other franchises are about to concern, to be fair. So, do you have any plan, or do they have any plan regarding you guys to really play an invitational tournament involving the top star football clubs of Europe, where Atletico de Kolkata can play?
Not as of now. We honestly haven't really spoken about that. The whole idea right now is to make sure the team reaches the pitch on the 12th of October and we are ready for our game. So all the concentration is on that. Once we do get into the league, we can start discussing these things depending on whether there are tournaments available at that point of time in December. Plus, the I-League also starts in January. We have 5 players on loan, so they'll be going back to their respective clubs. And I'm sure the other 9 Indian players that we have will want to take part in the I League also, because it's something that they've been doing for so long, and they're definitely going to be interested in that. So um, depends on the date, when those kind of tournaments are being played, and with the opponents, so we also know where we stand. But I guess that's a little more into the future, once the league begins. Actually, right now all concentration is pre-season, getting the boys back to India, and then going ahead and getting prepared for the games.
Okay, Atletico de Kolkata do have the likes of Luis Garcia, Borja Fernandez, Matthew, Podani, and world-class players. How difficult is for them actually? To really gel with Indian quality footballers, because the difference as far as quality technique is concerned, it's totally high and even. So, how difficult is for them to really adjust? Actually, you have been there, you have seen them in practicing in together. So, are they going well, or just it would take time?
No, I think they're doing really, really well. You see a camaraderie amongst the players already. They all sit together and eat, lunch, breakfast, lunch, dinner, high tea, all those things. All the players sit on one particular table and do it. They talk to each other, they converse with each other, and I see that the players, all the international players and the Indian players, they're gelling really, really well as a unit. They'll come together. Obviously, it's our first season, and we're only 20 days into pre-season. So it'll take time. It's a brand new team. I mean, if I turn around and tell you, yes, the players are gelling very well and it's amazing, it won't be true. These kind of things, which I'm sure everyone knows, takes a little time, in terms of coordination, understanding what one particular does, or where one particular player will pass the ball if he's in a particular situation. So those things, obviously, those are instincts that the players have to develop amongst themselves. But in terms of friendships amongst the players, it's going really, really well. I see them sitting together. When they come back after lunch, they all relax and hang out together. So it's very, very good to see that they're coming together as a bunch. Our coaching staff also, we have three people from Spain, from Atletico Madrid. We have Barreto, who's from India. We have Rajat, who's our team manager. We have Deshi, who's our goalkeeping coach. So, and he's from South Africa. But and we have our doctor over there in terms of our physios, and everyone sits together as a unit, eats together, talks together, and they all joke around with each other, which is really, really nice to see in something which is so brand new.
Juan Capdevila and John Abraham, and in terms of FC Goa is concerned, it's Zico and Robert Pires who would be doing the press conference, the meet the press with the media. So when will Luis Garcia and Habas will do the same for Atletico de Kolkata?
Firstly, I'd like to congratulate all those people in doing their press conference. When our players come down, they come on the 27th of this month, and once they come down, we'll organize a press conference, which should obviously not clash with our pre-season training. So I need coach to come down. I need to have a word with him in terms of when can we do all of this, and then once we decide, we'll let everyone know as soon as possible.